Hi, and welcome back to Chicago Car Club. My name is Mike, and today we're going to be taking you around this 1987 BMW M6. Super clean, very original car. We're going to take you around, show you everything we see on it, point out any blemishes, all the positives, the negatives, and anything that we know about it so we can share with you so that you can make a purchasing decision based on our videos and pictures and have confidence knowing that you're going to get what you see here. This car was bought out of Minnesota in early 2024 by us. The car originated in Michigan. It later went to Missouri, and then it ended up in Minnesota until about 2012. Despite being a Midwestern car, it's extremely dry. There's no rust on the body. It's well kept, and it's aged really well over the years. It has 132,000 miles on it. That doesn't scare us. In fact, these cars tend to age better when they're driven. So a few things to point out here. We did do some engine overhaul service on it. We sent the head out. We found it had a bad head gasket or a leaky cylinder. We sent the head out to Metric Mechanic, who is a renowned specialist in head repairs. He was able to repair and rebuild the head, straighten it, and get it surfaced, and we have receipts for everything. So there's quite a few $1,000s worth of receipts on this car from work we just recently did. It's got these AC Schnitzer wheels on it. They're Type 2s. They've got Michelin tires on them. The tires are a little bit older. They might be 10 years old, but they're in really good shape. The rubber feels pretty good on them, and they've got plenty of tread, and they've worn nicely, if at all. As you can see here, the front end super clean. A little bit of rock chew or curb rash on the lower valence, nothing out of the ordinary. But as you can see, the car is super straight. It's been freshly detailed. We had it ceramic coated as well. Just to point out, we have the original books, manuals, the spare, the tool kit. We received a clean Carfax when we purchased it. This does have a limited slip differential and Bilstein shocks. It's got the 5-speed Get Drag 280 transmission in it, and it's a super, super cool car. Very 1987. Love the red. The tinted windows look great on it. The Schnitzer wheels actually look really good on this thing. It's got a sunroof that functions properly, which is kind of a bear on these cars. Look, a little bit of rock chips on the lower portion of the quarter area there below the bumper from just probably road stones and things like that. But the car is super straight. A little bit of clear peeling you can see in the corner of the deck lid here and up on the sail panel. Just a little bit. I'm sure there was some sort of respray or re-clear there at some point. But there's no fading on the paint that we can see, just that little bit of flaking there. As you can see there, that's what we were pointing out before, a couple little rock chips. There's a couple little dents above the right rear wheel opening. They're pretty hard to see. We'll get you inside here and show you. The door cards are nice and clean. The windows roll nicely. As you can see inside, the door jambs is nice and dry. And down the inside of the door here, nice and dry on the bottom of the doors. These sport seats are in great shape. We note that we're missing the plastic side hinge covers on the inside of the seats. Kind of a difficult thing to locate. We didn't spend a whole lot of time searching for them, but the seats do move properly. We noticed, I think one of them maybe has a directional that doesn't move properly, but it's not any of the seat feature that is of concern as far as higher, raising and lowering and things like that. It might just be the pitch of the passenger seat. See, the toolkit's complete all the way down to the rag, and you'll see in the back here we've got a brand new stock spare wheel and tire that looks like it's never been out of the hole. So that's nice to find as well. car's always been garage
Todd, how
kept.
are
It's
you?
been responsibly owned, as you can see. The glass,
can't
the light
complain. I'm
lenses, they're
shooting
all
a,
clean and crack-free and clear.
M6.
The lights and signals all function. The service indicator on the dash works properly and doesn't show anything of concern for us. Again, inside this door, the same thing all the way around. We know that the top of the dash, so this has a leather dash in it, and the dash probably from sun or just age is wrinkled up. We didn't do anything with it. We left it. You'll see in some of the pictures and what have you that it's got a little bit of wrinkle up on the top of the dash. But the overall, the gauge clusters, the steering wheel, everything is in really good shape. The AC, I don't believe works. It lights up. I don't see the compressor kick on. We did not try to charge it. We just let it be.
Absolutely.
But it is on 134A, so it's been converted, so I can assume it's been serviced at some point. And as you can see, the back seat, super nice shape. Carpets are nice. And you can see the headliner's in good shape, and the sunroof works properly as well, too. When I get into some of the mechanical stuff that we've done on this, we had German Auto Services, which is a really good shop in Grand Rapids, Michigan, do the work. Now, we sent the head out to Metric Mechanics, but we've got, over, I don't know, almost close to $20,000 in receipts on the car of stuff that was just recently completed on it. Timing chain service, the engine head repair. It's got new valves in it. We had custom valves machined for it. I actually intended on keeping this car, so I kind of went the distance on some of it, but hopefully anybody buying it would appreciate what we did for it.
Yeah.
You can see the radio says code. We do have the code for it. And also to point out the little
is it better to just leave it?
Telemetry of the fuel and stuff like that. It all lights up, but it's pretty dull, which is pretty common. See, under the hood here is nice and tidy. Runs great. Keeps good temperature. And again, with that engine work, really nice to know. It's been machined, it's been redone. We've done a lot of the brake fluid flush. There was just a lot of stuff done on the car while it was there. The trans was serviced, the shift linkages were done. The only thing we'll point out on driving with this transmission, and they tend to be finicky, is it can be a little stubborn getting into first gear when you're going through the gears and you come to a stop. It's a little tricky to shift in. We went ahead and did all the bushings on the shifter thinking that would sort it out. We didn't want to go too far pulling the transmission. We did talk to the guys at Metric Mechanic. There is almost like I think it's like a detent lockout sort of thing in those, which is a really common issue. There is a fix for it. We just wanted to get the car backing up for sale. So as you can see here, you got to kind of tease it a little bit to get it into first sometimes. It does have a new timing chain and tensioner setup in it. And as you can see, it runs out really well. It makes great power. Awesome to drive. It tracks nice and straight. It stops nice and straight. It's a very pleasant ride. No suspension noises. It's got quite a few newer bushings and things on it. And it fires right up on cold start really well. Idles out nicely, and as you can tell, it accelerates really well. Looks great. I think the wheels look outstanding on it. I wasn't too keen on them at first, but they've grown on me and understanding that they're a pretty correct look on there. Get it up in the air here and show you around. Get you on those lower edges of the panels. You can see how dry it is and solid. When you go through our listing, you can see we've got all the service records available to you if you need. We can email them, but there's also some in our photos and also listed out in our write-up describing some of the work that was done there. Again, it's been ceramic coated, which is great. The water just beads right off of it. It looks outstanding. And as always, we encourage you to reach out, call us with any comments, questions, concerns. If you'd like to FaceTime and get around the car with us, we'd be happy to show it to you or even set up an appointment to come take a look at it. We can be reached at 312-420-3696. Now, as you can see underneath it, we don't go and spray paint and spray bomb, rattle can, whatever you want to call it, the underside of these things. We like to see them the way they are. We think it's important. So as you can see there, that's all the factory paint, coatings, and things like that. It looks really good underneath. We don't see any major leaks or drips or anything of concern underneath it. The exhaust sounds great. It's really an outstanding car. We look forward to speaking with you about it, and we thank you for watching.